Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXTCG, and today we are finally feeling bright and chipper. I definitely slept for like 17 hours, but I no longer feel sick. So, with that being said, we are going to jump into the green reveals now that we have the rest of set 2. So strap yourselves in because there's a lot of cards that we were missing, and so we have a lot of cards to go over. Thank you guys for the support. We are almost at 100 likes in a day, and I so appreciate that. Great viewership, so let's keep it going, and yeah, let's hop into those cards. Speaking of just like goals and whatnot, we are setting another 100 like goal for this video. So if you like the video, and if you love the video, maybe think about subscribing and joining the UniX fam. So with that being said, let's move on to our first card. We have a 1-drop Kami, 5k power and 10k combo power. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards at the cost of 1 or less and KO it. This is actually a really special card because in this game, 1 cost is a specific number where most decks outside of red do not have a way of answering a 1 cost. Now red and yellow pretty much are the best with this. You could say I-beam, but who was really running I-beam? Nobody's trying to run I-beam unless like 1-drops become rampant or they sit in the side. However, in most cases, it's like if yellow sticks a Ginyu, right, and just keeps it upright until they awaken and Frieza, they can just keep on tapping it, you know? If red plays a Master Roshi, normally that guy's going to be getting value throughout the rest of the game. The only 2 colors that are really good at this, I mean, blue can bounce it, but that's kind of a half measure. Blue also has the 1-drop Zamasu that bottom decks it, so that's a really good answer. Red can use Whis to -5 a lot of these things, but if it's a Whis that you're trying to get rid of, good luck. And then on top of that, you also have yellow's ability to play the 1-drop Frieza, tap it, and then attack. So you have a fair amount of ways to get rid of it, but they're kind of narrow. Green did not have a really good way to use it. Everybody else could get rid of it using cards that were okay for their things. Zamasu is probably the worst one, but if you're playing Goku Black, he was part of your strategy anyway. Now, Kami is going to now give Green an option to snipe a 1-drop as early as turn 1, which is something that I believe each color needed. So very good on that one. Let's move over to Corn. Corn says it's a 1-cost 5k combo power card. This is permanent. Reduce the extras with Corn's Tower and their special trace in your hand by green 1. What this means is that Sensu Bean can be used for a lot cheaper. Cost of extras with Corn. So Sensu Bean, if I am not mistaken, let me just pull it up right here. So Sensu Bean, and if you guys, you know what, I might as well just put it up here. Sensu Bean says it's a 2, right? And it says activate main 3, add the top card of your deck to your life, but it's activate battle just for the 2 is to give your leader or up to one of your battle cards plus 5k. So with this Corn, you will actually be able to play Sensu Bean for free to get the 5k for the turn, or you can have just play Sensu Bean for 3 to gain a life. So that's pretty cool. You do have to get this guy out first, and he doesn't have the greatest stat line, so you are kind of prone to him just getting wiped off the face of the earth before anything even happens. But outside of that, pretty cool. I like the little interaction. I just don't think this card is really safe. Next, we have Karoni, Pizza, and Pierogi. Is that macaroni? Macaroni, pizza, and pierogi? Okay, look, the point is, Toriyama's naming is funny. Anyway, you got a 1-drop 5k, 10k combo power blocker. That's it. But it is an Earthling, and that's going to come into play a lot later, so we're going to move it, keep it moving. You got a 2-drop 20k 0k combo power Krillin. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck and reveal 1 Android 18 or extra and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in the order. This is just like a lot of flavor because of course he's going to try to find Android 18s. That's his Bay or future Bay in this saga. But he's also finding extra cards because his Krillin is normally passing out the Sensu Beans. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Yeah, not much to say about that card. We'll have to see other cards in the set. Android 18 is cool. You can find your Android 17 and 18, and he's also a human, so he'll be able to be used for some of the cards we'll see later. Now next, I like this guy. You've got a 3-cost 25k power, 5k combo power, Android 17 with critical. This is pretty cool because he is literally the vanilla with 5k less combo power in exchange for critical, which I don't think is much of a trade. Yes, he's like not as good to defend your hand, but he's still got critical. And putting this guy on board you can cheat him out with the 4-cost Android 18 from last game or for last set. And yeah, I think this is just an overall power creep of the last one, and it gives you some more valid plays to bring out from your trash with that previous Android 18. So definitely like this guy. Next, you have got a Android 20, 3-cost, 20k, 5k power. Activate main, discard 1 card from your hand and KO this card. Choose up to 1 of your Android 17 cards and switch it to active mode. This is really cool because your leaders don't have a once per turn when they draw. They just have a when attacking draw card. So you could attack twice. Using this card, you can attack twice with your 30k leader at very minimum. Using that deck, if you're playing Android 17, you could do that, and that's going to essentially turn this into a -0 because you played this card, discard a card by hand, but you drew 2 off your leader swings. So that's pretty cool. But if you really want to be a bully, you can also do cool plays where you attack with your Android 17 and 18 6-drop twice, because that is an Android 17 card. So you could just use this card to swing twice with your double striking 40k. So yeah, I mean, this is cool. We're getting a lot of little extension plays. I haven't seen anything that looks like, oh man, that just broke the roof off this game. But we are getting a lot of different ways to play green. Next, we have a 2-drop, 15k, 10,000 power, or combo power cell. And then you have activate main once per turn. Place 1 card with Earthling and its special traits from your energy into your drop. And this card gains plus 15k power for the turn. So it's a 2-drop 30k by sacrificing 1 energy. If you have 5 coup up on the board, you're going to not minus any energy. But this card is a little odd. A 2k for 30 is pretty cool, but I think green is just looking to do more impactful things as the game goes on. And the fact that this is going to set you back in curve unless you have certain things on the board. Now, you do have the ability to be playing cell leader and be at 6. Use this card and then activate its ability to put you down to 5, and then have Cell bring you back up to 6. So that's actually going to be a cool little interaction that you can do. So I guess, yeah, look out for things like that. But I do think that this is overall just kind of an interesting thing. If you have depending on how you roll things, there's a lot of things you can do. This can be a follow-up to just have a really strong swinger. It's just that when you turn this guy sideways, he's going to only gain that 15k for the turn, so he's going to be easily wipeable by just literally a leader swing next turn. So I do want to see how this would work out. I'm not really high on this card, but we could always change opinions later on. Next card we got up is the Son Goku. Now this guy is a 3-cost. He is a 3-cost, 15k power, 5k combo power. Activate main once per turn. If your leader is a Son Gohan childhood, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards at the cost of 5 or less, add it to its owner's energy and rest mode, then add this card to your energy and rest mode. So this is very, very interesting. You're going to ramp your opponent to ramp you. The only thing though is that in most cases, a green deck is going to benefit from the ramp better than another deck, but it's set 2. This is not quite the case. Giving a yellow deck another energy is just putting them closer to being able to play their Golden Frieza. Putting a blue deck up 1 energy is just putting them closer to being able to play their Goku Black if they run it. Putting a red deck up is going to give them another energy to play more medium-sized bodies and these mid-sized threats out. And that's actually just really scary. So I'm not quite sure if this Goku is actually the play we want, because this Goku is going to allow people to accelerate as well. And the decks are getting more and more dangerous as we see these things go by. So is this really good support? We have to see. I'm not quite sure yet. Without a way to attack your opponent's energy, which I hope this game never gets because energy destruction is generally kind of toxic. I'm not really seeing this kind of be a healthy, like I don't see this as being like amazing support. You know what I mean? So with that being said, let's go on to the next card. And we have got Son Gohan Childhood. On play, place up to 1 of your energy in your drop and add the top card of your deck to your energy. This is kind of interesting. You can kind of just put a card out. Realistically, this card is going to be after you put down 5Q. After you put down 5Q, you're going to be able to use this card to pop off and just kind of go on from there. And I think that that's cool and all, because you'll technically ramp a card when you play this after 5Q's out, but it still requires 5Q to be out to be able to make this the most out of this card. And if I'm wrong, if there's a better way to do this, let me know, but I'm only seeing value with this card once you have 5Q. Now, something that's actually really funny about this card that I noticed when I first looked at the art is that This is Gohan, but the only time he wore this particular sand suit was in the hyperbolic time chamber. And then he has this hairdo, which was when his hair was growing out in the hyperbolic time chamber. Why is he on Planet Namek? Now, I guess the closest thing we could say is maybe this is the flashback when Goku is trying to think of him, or trying to force him to become Super Saiyan, but I just don't remember him ever being in this fit and being in a flashback for Planet Namek. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think this is like a little bit of a mistake. Let me know in the comments if you think the same thing or if you can correct me with the scene. Next, we're going to move over to Chi-Chi. And Chi-Chi says, on play, look at the top 5. Well, she's a 1-drop 5k and 5k combo power. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Search or reveal up to one Son Goku or one Son Gohan childhood and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order. This is just to find any of those good cell cards. And this has so many good pieces. Because it doesn't have a cost requirement, you're able to find Secret Rare Gohan, 6-drop Gohan, be the double strike from this set or the life game from last set. 5Ku. There's so many cards. The draw 1 Goku, the search top 3 Gohan. You're finding a lot of cards off this. The 5 cost Gohan is 30k that pops a 4 cost or less. There's just a lot, and you have even cards in this set. So this Chi-Chi can particularly find a lot in your deck. However, it will be bottom decking Turleses. It will be bottom decking 8-drop Brolys. It will be bottom decking Cells if you play it. The Android. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about this one, but with that being said, it is time for a word from our sponsors. So it is no secret, I am indeed sponsored by Mystic TCG, the best card game store in Missouri and one of the best in the entire United States of America. They hold their own events, they hold plenty of locals, they carry all the popular card games, maybe even some more obscure ones. They sell their own merch, and one of the coolest things about it is you can go to their Facebook site and message them, or you can find Eden, the owner of the whole company, at events, Bandai events, Yu-Gi-Oh events, and you can actually sell him singles, collections. He sells singles. Dude is just awesome. If you have some prize cards you want to get off to him, hit him up because he will buy them. So when it comes to that, go check out Mystic TCG. I've got the link in the description, and use my code UNIXTCG to get discounts off of their merchandise and product. And then meanwhile, if you are above the border and living in Canada, you have got G3. They are not only just a store that holds their own events, sells singles, buys collections, buys singles, but they also have their own competitive team that last year took up 3 spots in the top cut for Dragon Ball Super Masters. They have a bunch of monsters on site, and they also play very hard. So very active Discord if you want to join that community and check it out. But yeah, G3 is what's up as well. So thank you guys. I last but not least want to let you guys know that I am doing plenty of things in Universe X. I've got my Patreon mostly going off on content about this game. We also have my Twitch channel and my gaming channel where I stream games. Right now we're going through a full series playthrough of Kingdom Hearts, but I also got UniXDB where I post my Dragon Ball gaming outside of this card game, of course, onto that channel. So just go in the link tree, check out those things, help support if you want to, and just be a part of the Universe X growth train. And now let's get back to the content. So the following card is actually going to be a 4-cost 40k 5k combo power Trunks. And this is end of your turn, place 1 card from your energy into your drop. So for 4k or 4 costs, you're going to be putting down a massive 40k swinger. And if you have 5Q on the board, he's not going to actually be minusing you an energy per turn. He's just going to be taking an energy and then having it replaced off the top of your deck. So pretty cool. Big guy to get over. The destruction kind of leaves something to be desired because green's going to be able to get rid of this pretty easily. Same with blue. Yellow, not so much. They'll need to access their Frieza normally to get rid of this. And then when it comes to red, 40k is a little higher than needed, but it's not impossible. It's actually quite possible. So that's pretty much my thoughts on that one. Moving on to the next one, we've got Piccolo, 3 cost 25k, 5k combo power and Namekian. On play, choose up to one of your Kami battle cards, add it to your energy and rest mode. This is very cute because you can literally, like, this is actually really cute. You can have, I hope we get more Kami cards, but you can put your Kami on board and then just be like, and just like put it into your energy on turn 3. And that actually is cool because this guy isn't destructive strength. Now it comes with steps, mind you. Looking over the card pool, I think there's only 1 Kami and it's the 1-drop we looked at. So this isn't the best, right now, but maybe we'll get more in the future. But that's just a really, really neat interaction. If we see it in sealed, this should actually be pretty neat. Next, we have got a 1 cost 5k, 10k combo power Bulma. Activate once per turn, discard 1 card from your hand, draw 1 card. A little bit of a filter, and green actually uses a lot of cards from the trash in general, from the drop. So we should be able to use this to some efficiency. Not a terrible 1-drop, not a bad 1-drop, not a great, wonderful 1-drop, but still, it's always cool to see nice filter options. And then next, we're moving on to kind of a boss card in its own right. You've got Broly BR. It's a 7-drop, 40k power, and 10k combo power. The stats all around are great because normally all of Green's cards that get this high in cost normally don't have combo value, but this is a 10k, making it easier to run. Activate main once per turn. If your leader is a Broly, choose one of your battle cards and one of your opponent's battle cards and add them to their energy and rest mode. So this is a cool way to get around unable to be KO'd cards, and I think this should be considered. Now, something that's actually really cool about this card too is the fact that it says Broly, not Broly BR or anything like that. So this leaves room in the future for us to get a Broly BR leader, and likely he will be in green. So just understand that sometime in the future, maybe set 3, maybe set 4, we're gonna get a Broly BR leader in green because that's where all of his cards are. Moving past this one and its massive body combo power and the fact that it can remove things and ramp you at the same time, which again, I will say, while this gets around KO, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. By the time you can play this card, you have all the energy you need. It's your opponent trying to catch up to a point where they can actually close out game. And so giving your opponent energy may actually not be the best thing at this stage of the game. I'm just gonna put that out there. Let me know what you guys think. Then we have got this Yamcha. And Yamcha is just a 2 cost 20k 5k power or 5k combo power permanent. If you have 6 or more cards in your or 6 or more energy and this card is in rest mode, your opponent can only attack Yamcha battle cards. So that's cool, but it can be destroyed by quite a few things. Its cost, its power, it's just premium target to be destroyed or bounced. So this card really isn't doing much unless you see it in sealed. Next, you've got a 7 cost Awakening to Perfect Form. This says activate main, place 1 cell with the cost of 3 from your energy into your battle area, or from your energy or your battle area, or into your drop, play up to 1 cell with a cost of 8 from your hand. So as long as you've charged a singular cell, this guy is live. If it was on the board only, that would be a little iffy, but because this can actually be played from your energy, you can get rid of an energy to play cell. And the craziest part about that is now that you can actually do a lot of things. 5Q had weird plays with Cell, but now if you do play 5Q with Cell, you have some excellent opportunities. You can play you can have 5Q on the board, get up to or charge from 5 to 6. Your following turn, charge to 7. Play this card, and you can take a 5Q, right? Or you can take a Cell from your energy to the drop, and then 5Q's effect is going to activate, bringing you back up to 8. For you to play Cell, and then you're going to go back down to 6 or to 5 and then go back up to 6. That's actually really cool economy, to be honest. There's other plays you can do, because if you are like there's just a lot. I'm gonna have to do a separate video for like explaining how these cards work, and because we have so much content to make over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But yeah, this card is just amazing. I like it a lot. It does require you to play the Cell engine, but you can play Cell a full turn ahead of Curve, and I don't think that's anything to be scoffed at. It's just honestly pretty cool. So yeah. The next card we have here is the Tragedy in Ginger Town. This is a 3 cost. Activate main. If your leader is Cell, choose any number of battle cards with Earthling in their special traits and add them to your energy and rest mode. That is right, your energy and rest mode. This is going to change how the game is made. Your opponent can have a Roshi on board, and you can, yep, gone, and put it into that, because it doesn't say, oh, it says your battle cards. Wow, reading comprehension. Really though. So this is going to be able to take your Gohans, your 1-drop Gohans, your 1-drop Bulmas. I suppose that's the reason why she's here. And maybe even your 1-drop Chi-Chis if you play them, and you can put them in there. Now granted, going into your turn 3, the most you could probably do are 3 cards. Because you could go turn 1, play a Gohan, Bulma, or Chi-Chi. Turn 2, play a Gohan, Bulma, or Chi-Chi, and then play another Gohan, Bulma, or Chi-Chi. Then turn 3, Tragedy in Ginger Town, and go from 3 energy to 6 energy. But that's La La Land because every single color has ways of getting around these one drops, putting them away, blowing them up, tapping them and attacking on them, bottom decking them, returning them to your hand. So we have to see how this card turns out. Granted, you don't have to play it as early as turn 3. You can try to play it on turn 4, turn 5, and you're still going to go up significantly if the board's set up. But this may actually be the way forward to go into ramp. We may see quite a few cool cards to play. And so with that being said, I'm going to keep my eye on Tragedy in Gingertown. Then we are moving on to Cell Games Arena, and this says field, activate main. It's a 4-cost field. Activate main, switch this card to rest mode. If your leader is Cell, look at the top card of your deck and add it to your hand or add it to your energy and rest mode. This is going to be very intense now, because with this card, if you play this card on 4, right, on curve, and then immediately ramp a card, you're now at 5. Your next turn, or you're now at 5. You go from 4 to 5. Then you use Cell's ability to go from 5 to 6. Your following turn, you're going to be able to charge to 7. And after charging to 7, you can activate the Cell Games Arena, or you can activate your what's the other card? The Absorption, the Awakening to Perfect Form, and you can play out your Cell. Now, if you have a Cell on board, this works. But if you have a Cell in energy, let's say case scenario, you just stock in energy, you're going down to 6 to then play out your Cell, blow up 2 cards, gain a life, right? Then afterwards, you can activate Cell Games Arena to ramp one more time. After you ramp one more time, you're now back at, you were at 7, you went down to 6, you're at 3, you're at 4. So the next turn you charge to 5, activate Cell's effect to go up to 6, and then you can use this to go back up to 7, and your following turn you can play another 8 drop. But even if you don't use the Awakening to Perfect Form, this is just crazy because with Cell Games Arena on board, you're able to go to 8, charge to 8, play Cell, blow up 2 things, gain a life. You have the 45k body, right? Activate Cell's ability, leader Cell's ability to go up to 6. Activate Cell Games Arena to go up to 7. You're hitting Cell again the following turn. So using Cell Games Arena, you are able to chain back to back to back cells, and that is going to be a crazy thing if you don't have, if your opponent doesn't have protection from destruction. So just understand that this is going to be a crucial card, and it may make cards like Xeno better. So we're now going to go over to the last card we have here, and that is Earth Destroying Blow. And this is activate battle, choose your leader, and up to 1 of your battle cards, it gains plus 25k power for the battle, and you have 6 or more energy. Look at the top card of your deck and add it to your hand or add it to your energy and rest mode. This is a 2 cost. So this is going to help you ramp. This is going to help you stay in the game. This goes tall, and overall just a good card. Will we be able to see it in green? Will green have the energy to use it? Maybe so. But getting up to 6 using a card like let's say you're at 5 and you play the Android 17 and 18. And then you have 3 open energy. You use 1 energy for a 1 drop, and then you pass, and your opponent attacks you, right? Like you were on turn 5, you went up to 6 energy, or you're at 5 energy, you went up to 6 energy. Your opponent attacks you. You use this, you go up to 7. Next turn you're charging to 8. This is a very, very interesting card, and we need to see if the momentum is there, because green may still be very, very scary. I just don't think there's going to be the gap that was in set 1 between it and the other colors. We are going to have to see, but there is a lot to see, a lot to deal with. But oh my gosh, this set is looking so crispy. So just to round it off, we have a lot to go over in the next couple of days. Tomorrow we should be going over yellow. We might even do a double feature and do yellow and red. I got to see how much time I have, but I want to start off Monday being able to jump into all sorts of different archetypes and dives. We have so much information to go over now that we have all the cards at our disposal. So thank you guys for rocking with me. Continue rocking with me if you don't mind, because we're going to go off and we're going to 3 regionals. We're going to North Carolina and both the ones in Illinois. I'm going to see if I can get lined up for the one in California. We shall see. And we are just going to be popping off here in Universe X. Thank you guys for being with us. Thank you guys for being a part of this. And yeah, we have so much to do. Now, I do want to give a special thank you to all of the people that support on the Patreon, but let's give a verbal shout out to the top 2 tiers. We've got the Big Daddy Flapjacks, we got the Beer R's, the Bryce R's, the Kevin I's, the Mario V's, and the Mr. Top Decks. They comprise the top tier, the realm of Xers. And then we also have the Eric R's, the Exilions, and Jonathan B's that make up the Universe Aristocrats, which is the second highest tier. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you guys for helping, giving me extra oomph, and we will keep diving back into that. There's just a lot of information coming out, and I'm kind of on overload trying to build up enough money for my move in 3 months, as well as the trips I'm taking. So I'm trying to juggle everything the best I can. Thank you guys for being patient with me, and I will see you in the next